The narcissist lives in a carefully constructed fortress of self-deception, yet beneath the grandiose exterior lies a psychological prison they cannot escape. Every cruel word they spoke, every manipulation they orchestrated, every moment they crushed another's spirit becomes a permanent resident in the deepest chambers of their psyche. The human mind possesses an extraordinary capacity for self-preservation, but it also maintains meticulous records of every transgression committed against others, the weight of suppressed guilt. The narcissist's conscious mind works tirelessly to rationalize their actions, spinning elaborate narratives that cast them as the perpetual victim or the misunderstood hero. Yet their unconscious mind operates as an impartial archivist, cataloging every instance of harm inflicted upon others with ruthless precision. This creates an internal battlefield where conscious justification wars against unconscious awareness. The guilt they refuse to acknowledge doesn't simply vanish, it transforms into something far more insidious. It manifests as persistent restlessness, an inexplicable emptiness that no amount of external validation can fill. They find themselves compulsively seeking new sources of admiration, not because they genuinely believe in their superiority, but because silence terrifies them. In quiet moments, the suppressed weight of their actions presses against their consciousness like water against a dam. The haunting of their own actions. Their victim's pain becomes an invisible shadow that follows them through every subsequent relationship. The narcissist may appear to move on effortlessly, discarding people like outdated accessories, but the psyche doesn't operate with such convenient compartmentalization. Each person they've wounded leaves an indelible mark on their internal landscape, creating a growing collection of emotional debris they cannot clear away. The most profound torture lies in their complete inability to form genuine connections. They witness authentic love and intimacy in others, yet remain forever locked outside this experience. Their capacity for empathy, systematically dismantled through years of self-protective mechanisms, leaves them spiritually impoverished. They become emotional vampires not by choice, but by necessity. Their internal world has become so barren that they must constantly extract life from others to feel remotely alive. The inevitable psychological reckoning. As the narcissist ages, their external sources of validation naturally diminish. Physical beauty fades, professional achievements become distant memories, and their ability to charm new victims decreases. This gradual erosion of external supports forces them into increasingly frequent contact with their internal reality, a reality they've spent decades avoiding. The accumulated weight of their actions creates a psychological pressure that intensifies with time. Like sediment settling in still water, the truth of what they've done to others slowly clarifies in their consciousness. They begin to experience fragments of genuine remorse, not the performative regret they've weaponized in the past, but actual recognition of the suffering they've caused. Their final years often become a desperate race against this emerging awareness. They may become increasingly erratic, clinging to anyone who will validate their false narrative. Yet the human psyche ultimately demands reconciliation with reality. The narcissist's greatest punishment is not external consequences, but the gradual, inevitable collapse of their elaborate psychological defenses. The universe operates on perfect psychological justice. Those who refuse to feel the immediate consequences of their actions will carry that emotional debt with compound interest, payable in full to their own consciousness. The narcissist cannot escape what they did to others because ultimately they cannot escape themselves.